Welcome back, Sports This Morning, on your award-winning sports-loving channels. Television, we're broadcasting live from our sports center in Lagos, Nigeria. I want you to be part of the discussion because we're gradually seeing the return of football. It is back in the English Premier League. It is back in the German Bundesliga. We told you the Coppa Italia was done yesterday, so it means football is back, also back in the Spanish La Liga. But we're waiting for a return of the Nigeria Professional Football League. How is football coping in this pandemic? Let's go to Kiev in Ukraine. Eddie Dombraye has good footballing experience in Nigeria. I think played last for Heartland before he went to Europe. He's now a UEFA licensed coach. Good morning, coach. Welcome to Sports This Morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on the show.
Awesome. Good to have you on the program. Let's begin with COVID-19 and football. What's your take? What you've seen? Will football ever get back to what it used to be?
Yeah, I think it will be, but it will take some time. And this COVID-19, I believe, has given us a different perspective about life in general, not just sport alone. So I think it will be.
So it's making a gradual return in Europe. The German Bundesliga is back yesterday. We saw the return of the English Premier League, the Spanish La Liga also. What do you think from a footballer perspective, watching the football, what do you make of the return in this COVID-19 era?
Yeah, like I heard you guys discussing about golf. It's without the fans, it's something different, you know. But the players, they have to play because like that's the card they've been dealt with. They have to play. Most of these countries have TV rights. They need to own or two. But without the fans, it's really not interesting.
Okay, let me ask you this. These players, I mean, there are a lot of health and safety checks. Some will say they have 100% guarantees that nothing will happen to them. But if you're a footballer, and I know you once were, will those things still play on your mind as you get to the field, even though you've been checked, you've been screened, but you know that outside the pitch, a lot is happening to people. When you get to that pitch, will it still be on your mind?
No, I don't think it will be on your mind because you definitely are aware that the other teams have been tested too, so it will not be on your mind. And just like the case in Ukraine, yeah, we have a team that had 24 members tested positive. You know, so the team, they were actually suspended from participating.
Eddie, let's bring the discussion back home now. You had good football experience when you played for Premier Breweries. You also played for Bendel Insurance, I think, 1994 to 95. And then you went to the then Wanyao National, now called Heartland Football Club of Owerri. What was football like in the 90s when you played in Nigeria before you went to Europe?
No, I would say in the 90s, we all dream of playing in the league. We're not personally going to Europe. We look up to players like Messi, those big names, you know. We want to play in those big clubs, in Rangers, in Wayne, all those clubs. So it was not like we wanted to go to Europe. We were enjoying it there. So, and the grassroots football was really, I believe, was okay because a lot of players were being produced from the grassroots. But now I guess it's a bit different, a lot different.
Why is it different now? What have you seen?
Yeah, one of those things, again, it boils down to the grassroots, you know. Now players don't even want to play in the local league. You see a 17-year-old boy wants to go to Europe. No, you need a process that you need to go through. You know, you don't just go to Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I see most of them in Poland, in Ukraine, yeah. Young boys, they came as footballers, and now they're just wandering the streets because they did not pass through that.
Okay. You talked about it, and it's understandable. But do we have anything here that ensures that we can keep our best talent? We can blame these players for not allowing themselves to be processed before going to all the far corners of the world. But with the system we're running currently, would you even advise a young, aspiring footballer to stay back?
Yeah, it depends on how how good the player is, But yeah, like you're very correct. The system don't allow the players to really grow now because you don't pay wages of players for 6, 7 months. So how do you expect a young player to aspire to be in that team? He wouldn't.
Okay. All right.
Let's bring it back to COVID-19 and some of the disruption it has done to our world of sports. The Nigeria Professional Football League has been suspended since March the 18th, and we've been hoping football followers and fans in the country want it to come back, but the government says, look, the figures are still rising, so it cannot return. What do you suggest if you're to advise the LMC? What should they do as regards the suspended Nigeria Professional Football League season?
I think they had a meeting sometime last week with the federal government and Minister of Youth and Sport. I think they need to have those kind of meeting regularly because we can't really play football now in Nigeria. Because one, the fans need football, the players need football, the clubs need football. But we need to care about the health of the well-being of these athletes and fans. And we don't have those equipment. I had about 2.5 million to test players for a club, for a game. That's a huge amount of money.
Okay. Okay, Eddie, we can spend the whole day talking about the problems. We can go on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
But if you were to advise, as someone who has been here, spent a lot of years, played in your prime in the local league, if you were to advise those who are currently at the helm of affairs, those who are currently running things in Nigeria, what are the things you will tell them to do that will, solve all the problems that we've talked about, keeping our best talent, being able to pay players well enough to stay in the country and have clubs run in a way that they will, make profits?
So I think before this Premier League started, the LMC gave some guidelines, for minimum wage and all that. But clubs are still not keeping up to that. And LMC is not hammering hard enough on those clubs that default. I think a lot of blame goes to the LMC. And no TV rights and a lot of things. They've been complaining about TV rights for like 2 seasons now. So that's not good. That's one of those reasons why we can't play football now.
Eddie, I want to give you a through pass. So let's take it away from the LMC and put it on, let's put the pass to players as yourselves that have been there, done that. Now in Europe, you've seen the exposure. What can you do, particularly in coming back home, to effect change in your own little way?
For me, I'm very ambitious. I became a coach because I love the game and I want to continue being in the game like an active part. That's why I want to come to Nigeria and coach in the league. But my representative, we have been looking at the club because not all clubs are really ready. Because I want to meet certain standards with the club. We need to come in an agreement. If I'm coming to the league, and not thinking of playing the World Club, then I believe there's no point because that's where my target is.
Okay, Eddie. So we'll look forward to having you come to the Nigeria Professional Football League as a coach and effect some of the changes that you'd love to see in league football in Nigeria. Thank you so much, Eddie Dombraye, for your time. All the best. Stay safe out there. We'll catch up with you again.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so that's it.